Hi guys, Fizzle Party here. Today we're going to be talking about R.A.D. answers. Now, some of you might know what that stands for, but we're going to talk about it a little bit more first. So, R.A.D. answers means that you restate, answer, and provide two details to support your answer that you give. So let's go back to our learning target. So our learning target right here is I can describe the main idea of a nonfiction text and identify supporting details. So in a R.A.D. answer, you need to restate and then answer the question. Now usually that answer is going to have to do with the main idea. So you're going to have to really know main idea in order to answer the questions, and then giving two details to support the main idea. So then our essential question again is, why is plumbing necessary for our safety? We're going to be reading into that a little bit more today. All right, so let's continue and let's talk now about R.A.D. and what we expect when we see a R.A.D. answer. So now I'm going to be doing the first one for you, so you will have a chance to see here what we are expecting when we see a R.A.D. answer. But first things first, we need a restate, and I'll keep my blue here. R stands for restate. Now when you are restating the question, you're actually using the words directly from the question, but you're not using those question words. So a question word might be like who, what, how, where. I would take those words out in order to, and use the rest of the words in order to restate my question. So that tells me, my reader, that this is where my question is going to be. This is my answer. So it kind of lays it out for you. So that's my restate. Now let me change my color here, and I'll do, oh, I didn't want to do that. I apologize. Let's go back. We want blue. And now my next one is going to be my answer. So A stands for answer. So now our answer is whatever the question is asking. So usually you're going to use your reading strategies. And if you don't know what those are, that would be your main idea. That is a reading strategy. So you might use main idea. You might make an inference. So that would be the answer to your question. And then last but not least, the two most important parts in my opinion would be the details. So I'm going to do my details here in green. So my details, and I need two of them, are going to be directly from, from the text. So I'm going to pull those out. I'm going to actually pull quotes out that support my answer. That support the answer. Okay, so now, but the most important part here is that you're telling me as your, as the author of this short answer question, that this is my detail. So you need to give sentence starters. So my sentence starters might be something like, I know this because, based on what I read. Let's see, for example. Or it could even be something, honestly, guys, as simple as my first detail is. That's going to tell me, or my second detail is. That's going to tell me exactly what I need to know. And now I'm going to save these so I can share them with you. So now what we're going to do next is I'm going to pull up my story here for you. And I'm also going to pull up another whiteboard for you, and I'm going to answer the first question for you. So stay tuned. All right, guys, so we're all set up here now, so let's get started with our reading. Now, the first thing that I like to do before I answer or start reading it all is I always read my questions so I know what to look for. So my question here is reread the first section of The Great Stink, and that's what we're going to do. What problem did people in London face in 1858? All right, so now before I get started, I'm going to be reading, and I'm thinking about while I'm reading, what problem did people face in London? So I don't know yet. I have to go through and read. All right, let's get started. Let me just make sure that I'm sharing with you. Awesome, so you should be able to see my screen right now. Okay, all right. Let's journey to the city of London, England, in summer of 1858. Horse-drawn carriages clip-clop through the streets. Ladies wearing giant tent-like skirts glide past shop windows. Kids stand on street corners selling newspapers and cigars and fried fish. But you don't notice any of that. And all you can think about is the overpowering, stomach-turning, eye-watering smell of poop. All right, so I'm stopping thinking right now. So I kind of know that there's a problem here, and they gave me some details just to set the scene. All right, so I kind of have an idea of what the problem might be. Clearly, you can't really focus on any of the nice parts of London because it smells like poop. As you will soon discover, the entire city is caught in the grips of a stinky crisis. For years, Londoners have been dumping human waste into the Thames River. This great river that rushes through the city, now London is suffering the hottest summer in recent history. The steaming heat is cooking the filthy river into a bubbling, foul-smelling stew. Newspapers are called the situation the Great Stink. The problem isn't merely as gross, it also is deadly. Over the past 50 years, tens of thousands of people have died from drinking the polluted water of the Thames River. Can the Great Stink force the city to clean up the river before thousands of more people are sickened? All right, so let's go through and let's answer my question now. So I spotted a couple pieces of text evidence here. I'm sure you did as well as we were reading through. But I'm going to be first thinking about my restate. So I did my restate in blue. So I'm looking at my question. Reread the first section of The Great Stink. That just tells me what to read. I'm not going to write that. And now it says, what problem did people face in London? I'm sorry, what problem did people in London face in 1858? So remember, I can just take out the question words, and the question word would be what? So the problem that people in London face in 1858 is, now I can answer my question in pink here, is what? It was the fact that the entire Thames River was filled with waste, with human waste. So that is actually going to be my answer here. Now, notice how when I'm thinking about that, I'm thinking about what is the main idea, what is the problem here? And I didn't pull it directly from the text. I used my mind as well. So is that the Thames River is filled with the overpowering stench of human waste. There we go. All right, so that is my answer. So now, but I'm not done yet. Now I have to go into green, and now I need to give two pieces of text evidence. So as I was looking through here, there were two parts that I really wanted to touch base on. I wanted to touch on the fact that it smells disgusting, but I also want to touch base on the fact that it was getting people sick. So first I'm going to include a sentence starter. I'm going to use, let's see, In the text, it says, now this tells me that I have a sentence, I have a detail now to support my answer. And I'm going to use this sentence that I'm highlighting right here. The steaming heat is cooking the filthy river into a bubbly, foul-smelling stew. I love that sentence. I think this author, Allison Friedman, did a really nice job of using a lot of descriptive details. It says, and I'm going to put it in quotes, the steaming heat is cooking the filthy river into a bubbling, foul-smelling stew. Okay, so that is my first detail. My second detail now is going to be, and I'm going to look at my page number here. I'm on page 10, and I'm actually going to use this sentence right here. Over the last 50 years, tens of thousands of people have died from drinking the polluted water. So I'm going to shorten it up a little bit, but I'm going to use that sentence. On page 10, the author states that tens of thousands of people got sick and died from the nasty, polluted water. Let me fix my spelling here. Sorry. All right, so this time for this sentence starter, I kind of rephrased it in my own words, and you're allowed to do that as long as you are using what is in the text. And this was pretty much said in the text. I just changed it a little bit. But you can also copy it. You just have to make sure you use quotes. All right, guys. So next, I want you to go on to Nearpod. There's a link also on the Google Sites page, and you can continue to work there. We will see you soon. If you have any questions, just contact your teacher. Bye-bye.